Uh, Good evening. My name is Eric Silva, and sorry for the inconvenient background noise. There are so many issues in the prison of the Philippines. One of these is the lack of the information technology system to maintain inmates' records and process documents for their immediate release is a prevailing situation. Limited use of information technology to support investigation and validation of information on inmates with pertinent agencies like the courts, prosecutor offices, and law enforcement agencies to back up recommendations for early release of qualified offenders and for providing them with other needed services, impedes corrections and rehabilitation programs.
Enough food can be considered as torture or inhuman and degrading treatment, and this is one of the issues of jails and prison in the Philippines that is unsolvable. The inequity of long imprisonment is worsened by the terrible condition in the jail. Many detention institutions in the Philippines do not satisfy the United Nations minimum standard for such facilities, including insufficient food, poor nutrition, and unhygienic condition. Torture and other forms of abuse are very widespread. Because of the shortage of room, inmates are regularly forced to sleep while sitting or even standing. Some even take shifts for napping. Because of lack of bedding and financial constraint, many prisoners slept on abandoned cardboard boxes or hang homemade hammock from the ceiling.
Human rights or right of the person is an example of issue or challenges in the Philippines with prison management, punishment, revenge, expulsion, deterrence, and perform as well as protection of the society are all made easier by jail system. However, in many circumstances, these objectives are not fulfilled. The jail system is primarily focused on punishment and revenge, with little regard for the offender perform and rehabilitation. As a result of society indifference to the situation of the prisoners, new monsters are created. The basic thrust of today's prison system has not changed since the days. However, if immediate demands are to be met, prison reform is required. All prisoners have the right to a fair trial with competent and free legal presentation that anyone of or any kind of detention or jail, including sexual violence and other types of torture, having the right to be safeguarded from cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment and punishment. What are placed behind the bars are not just physical bodies but the fundamental human rights of prisoner as well. Prisoner Prisoners, while viewed as sinners against society, are humans being too, sometimes neglected by many.
Good day, everyone. My name is Hydee Biao from Echo. One of the issues that the Philippine prison and jail management is facing is the overcrowding. Most of the prison cells in the country lack the facilities to rehabilitate the offenders. There is a maximum number of prisoners that a prison can hold. However, due to the increasing crimes, there is a need to imprison these offenders, resulting in the prison cannot hold the actual population of the offenders. There are not enough facilities to cater to the offenders because the government does not provide sufficient budget for the construction of detention facilities. Thus, the overcrowding affects the access to safe water, sanitation, healthcare, and living condition of the prisoners. And the overcrowding also increases the violence in the prison as well as health issues. And the government should take action about the issue of overcrowding by allocating budgets for the construction of detention facilities. Thank you.